Okay, a lot of times you can't remember things. I want to point out something I really sometimes have a hard time remembering is this guy's derivative. And you learned this in Math 121. You took the natural log of both sides. I'll be erasing this shortly, by the way. And that would be x times the natural log of a. And I can take its derivative now. It's going to be 1 over y, dy dx would be equal to the natural log of a. And I could write down dy dx now. And what's that going to be? The natural log of a times y. Well, y is just simply a to the x. All right? So I'm pretty comfortable that I know the derivative for somebody now. And I'll write down what I mean by that. So if you have 7 to the x, right, and this is y, I could write down y prime is going to be the natural log of 7. I'm using this over here, times 7 to the x. All right? So I'm going to say I had to remind myself of that. So what I want to do is I want to keep that in the back of my mind, but I want to certainly do integration by parts, which involves knowledge of integration and differentiation. Right? So let's write this down, and let's write down u is equal to x, which means du is equal to dx. And I'm going to say dv is equal to 7 to the x dx. And by the way, this will be helpful in getting this over here. So v would be equal to, let's see, 7 to the x over the natural log of 7. And why is that? Well, if you differentiate that, you get natural log of 7 times 7 to the x, and they cancel off. All right, so I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to write this down now. So uv, and that's going to be x, 7 to the x over the natural log of x, minus, let's see, v, which is 7 to the x, ln 7 dx. And I can integrate that now. Let's go for it. What do you get over here? X, 7 to the x, ln, I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. I copied something, and I looked at it, so it just doesn't look right. That was ln 7. Sorry about that. It just didn't look right. That's why I stopped. Minus, let's take a look. You're definitely going to get 1 over ln 7. That's a constant I'm pulling out. And we just did this guy before. What's it going to be? It's going to be ln, whoops, putting in the wrong spot again. It's going to be 7 to the x over ln 7 plus c. All right, let me just write that a little differently, clean it up a tiny little bit. X, 7 to the x over ln 7 minus 7 to the x ln 7 squared plus c. Again, you could factor that, well, that kind of things with it, but let's look at the key and see what we're looking at now. Got that? Yeah, everything's working as advertised. Thank you.